Inside a 90,000-square-foot discount boot store in North Texas, there is an architectural anomaly. Tucked between rows of modern leather boots sits a pristine, intricately carved wooden ticket booth from a 1912 Santa Fe railway depot. This ticket booth is one piece of a larger displacement. The original Citizens Bank, a heavy brick structure with a massive steel vault, was entirely dismantled, brick by brick, and relocated miles away to a heritage village in Dallas. If you look for the original, bustling 19th century downtown of Justin, Texas, you will find a physical void. The foundational buildings were completely wiped off the map. How does a pioneer settlement lose its physical history, its downtown, and its original buildings, yet survive and thrive economically into the modern era? To find the town's core, we must follow these architectural fragments back to their origins, a timeline defined by failed utopias, iron horses, and a massive agricultural empire. In 1848, a group of French socialists arrived on the Texas frontier to build an Icarian utopia. Icarians were followers of Etienne Quebec, who sought to create a perfect communal society, but within 2 years, the harsh conditions crushed the experiment. A group of settlers from Missouri stayed behind. They traded utopian dreams for grueling subsistence farming, working the land along the converging waters of the Denton, Oliver, and Trail Creeks. The work was punishing, but the geography offered an advantage. The deep, alluvial soil of the Grand Prairie region was incredibly rich, a critical baseline for high agricultural yields. The collapse of the socialist utopia left behind a resilient community. By learning to extract wealth from the fertile dirt, these farmers were positioned to capitalize on the coming Industrial Revolution. In 1886, the Gulf, Colorado, and Santa Fe Railway arrived. The GCNSS was a major rail company linking the Texas coast to the interior, and its arrival accelerated the town's economic timeline. The construction pace was blistering. Chief Engineer Walter Justin Sherman oversaw a labor force of 5,000 men, operating under a mandate to lay 2 miles of iron track every single day. The tracks triggered an immediate demographic shift. Residents from bypassed neighboring settlements physically relocated their homes and businesses to align with the new rail line. The newly built depot and its surrounding tracks became the geographic anchor and the operational heart of the community. In January 1887, the residents petitioned the postal authorities to name their town Justin, honoring the engineer, Walter Justin Sherman, and binding their civic identity to the railroad. The GCNSF tracks functioned as a spatial magnet, physically reorganizing the population and turning Justin into an industrial artery. With direct rail access, local farmers could now export their goods nationally. By 1914, this access turned Justin into a dominant powerhouse within the Texas wheat belt. Massive industrial infrastructure began to dominate the skyline. The town erected 4 towering grain elevators and dedicated commercial flour mills to handle the staggering volume of local crops. Inside these structures, intensive mechanical processing replaced manual grinding. The wooden chutes and grinding stones represented a shift from raw farming to refined manufacturing. A secondary economic engine fired up alongside the wheat: 2 high-capacity cotton gins, machines that separate cotton fibers from their seeds, were added to the town's industrial portfolio. Through the vertical integration of farming, milling, and rail shipping, the town evolved from a frontier survival camp into a wealth-generating export hub. Then the prosperity broke. On May 15, 1896, a massive F3 tornado tore through the business district. An F3 tornado is a severe storm with wind speeds between 158 and 206 miles per hour, and it was followed by crippling fires in 1899 and 1901. The devastation to the commercial sector was absolute. The physical infrastructure of Justin's economic boom was instantly reduced to twisted wood and scattered debris. Instead of abandoning the ruins, the community executed an unorthodox economic pivot. They began purchasing fire and tornado-damaged goods from across the region, reselling them at deep discounts, and birthing a lucrative salvage industry. This disaster response strategy directly financed the massive Western wear discount stores that anchor the town today. The destruction of Justin's original buildings was the catalyst for its modern commercial survival. Today, the original brick-and-mortar downtown is gone, but the community fiercely guards the fragmented physical artifacts that managed to survive. Active preservation efforts are underway right now. The Justin Heritage Foundation is working to restore the Gaston House, an early 19th century farmhouse that stands as a rare, intact piece of local architecture. A meticulously restored farmhouse, relocated bank bricks in Dallas, and a salvaged railway ticket booth. These are the scattered puzzle pieces of a shared civic identity. Justin's history persists despite its missing skyline, carried forward by a community that continues to salvage, remember, and rebuild its own legacy.